How do I find the link to this live stream now? I'm going to have to show the people that I'm streaming at the moment, but how am I going to do that? I know. Zack. I'm back soon.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being popular.
Hello and welcome to my first stream in this new group. I hope that other people will make nice live streams too. Sorry for my bad English. I already tell you that I'm from Germany and I'm pretty good at writing in English, but the moment when I start speaking I'm kinda getting nervous about it, so please forgive me about that. But anyway, let's just start. I haven't planned anything really, just I have made this beat today, and it's based on a sample by Greta Thunberg, or however she's called. I'm not trying to get political here, let me just emphasize on that. I don't try to say that everyone should agree to her, or at least anyone. I just like the sample, so please don't start a debate about it. So, this is the sample.
I don't care about being popular.
Yeah, and it also includes this word. Yeah, I find that pretty cool. So, no matter if you agree with her or not, I don't entirely agree with her, so as you can see, I don't care as well. Yeah, this is not part of the debate. But I liked how her expression. She speaks in a way that it's kinda moving, so I thought, yeah, that's what I need as a cool sample.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular.
In this second segment of my beat loop, it's still just a loop. So in the second loop, I took away the word climate justice and just kept it with the other line. Shit, I already forgot what it was.
I don't care about being popular.
Oh yeah, right. What I like about this line is that we as artists also sometimes struggle to see how much we want to be popular and how much we want to just fulfill our emotions and stuff. And I think I speak for everyone if I say that everyone wants to gain some kind of audience, but also everyone wants to try to stay real and stuff. So it's kind of hard. It's like drifting, and you're drifting to the outside or to the inside, and two different forces drag you to the opposite sides, and you just have to find a smooth way through the middle so you stay on the street. That's a way I like to see it. Yeah. So let's get back from the let's get away from the vocals. I noticed that the snare does not have too much punch, and I want to try a plugin that I just installed. I don't know if it's good. It's a transient shaper, and it kind of has this weird sweet and bitter directions, and I don't know what I should expect from that. I mean, it's a transient shaper. What's sweet or bitter about transients? I'm going to find out.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being.
Ah, yeah, I get it. When I turn it to sweet, it reduces the transient, and when I turn it to bitter, it enhances the transient. So in this case, we want it to be enhanced.
I don't care about being.
Oh, by the way, I have a laptop by my side, so I can actually interact with you if you use the chat. So just by the way, that would be kind of funny, I guess.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular.
I feel like the difference between fast, medium, and slow is very, very subtle. I didn't actually hear a difference. Let's listen in solo. Sorry, I'm a little ill. Now I heard a difference. It seems that this transient shaper does not instantly attack the transient, but in the way that is set here. So when I set it to fast, the transient smashes instantly, and then when I set it to slow, it's kind of rounded off. Now that I know what these are supposed to sound like, let's listen again with the music.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this plugin. It's not that I need it. I also have. I really like the normal envelope shaper from Cubase. We are going to try them too later, just to compare. Yeah, that's the word I was searching for. We are going to compare some different transient shapers that I have, and I think I also have this one. Yes, I still have it. I was already about to delete it, but I mean, that's a nice association to actually try different stuff and see what happens. That might be interesting. But we're still not done with this plugin, because there are some more parameters in it. And let's just find out what they do. Yeah, this seems to be the length of the transient. That's pretty straightforward. for some reason the stereo mode does sound quieter than the other modes. I don't know why, because I think that the snare is actually mono. Let's find out. Yeah. So yeah, the snare is mono. I don't know why the this mode changed anything, because why would it when the snare is mono? But maybe I just don't understand it. Let's make it stereo in some way. It does not have to make too much sense. I just want to know what this makes. I don't really get it. I mean, this is obviously kind of softer. It does not have a lot of transient power, and this does too, and they sound like the same at this example. Maybe I have to read the manual later, but I'm not getting it now. Let's get rid of these again and look at this. This just seems to be an output gain, which is also said here. Yeah, that's the Bittersweet Transient Shaper by Flux. There's I can change the FPS. Okay, whatever. Report latency. What is this? Whoa. You can set pretty many things in here. I don't know why I would need anything that has to do with IP addresses and stuff in a VST plugin, but whatever. Now we try to find a cool setting with a standard envelope shaper by Cubase. And now we're going to combine, like compare them. I see, I have made a more punchy version in this one. So yeah, in my opinion, they both sound pretty similar. So I don't know what I need this for. Maybe just because of the attack thing, it makes a little bit of a difference compared to this, because that's something this plugin does not have. I mean, it has an attack knob, but you know, like an attack of a more like of a synthesizer that slowly comes in instead of comes down to a quieter thing, you know. Now we're getting to a more exciting plugin, Spiff, where you can select how different frequency ranges should react to the transient shaping, and I'm going to enable delta, which lets us only hear what we're doing. The first thing I'm doing in this plugin is always turning down sensitivity to the point where it still grabs all frequencies and hopefully has none of the artifacts, because the plugin usually has some bubbly sounding artifacts on most material, and if I turn it completely up, you should hear it. Or you actually don't hear it, because this is a good example for a sound that can be used for transient shaping. So it actually does not make a difference how we set sensitivities, so we can set it pretty high. Let's set it like this. So yeah, this actually makes a big difference, because because of the frequency stuff, obviously. So I think I'm going to keep this transient shaper on this snare, just so I have more control. But we also wanna try this one. Oh, forgot to unbypass it. Something that this plugin has, which for example Bittersweet does not seem to have, is a knob that lets the sound become louder after the transient goes down. It's similar to what in this plugin the release knob can do, so that's pretty cool. It also misses out in spiff, so that's pretty nice of this plugin. But actually, if I wanted that effect, I could also just use the compressor after the envelope shaper, so I will stay with spiff.
But I don't care about being popular. I care about. But I don't care about being popular. I care about. But I don't care about being popular.
Yeah, that's pretty nice in my opinion. I recently saw a debate about how to get the perfect snare, and many people seem to struggle with this. I know there are also many memes about it, so that's proof that many people believe finding a nice snare is a hard thing. But actually my philosophy about it is just take any snare that more or less fits to about 60% and then kinda work yourself up from there with saturation and transient shaping and stuff.
But I don't care about being popular. I care about. But I don't care about being popular.
So the next thing that I could do to make this beat a little bit nicer would be to actually make more of the elements a little bit brighter, because I feel like the overall array of sounds is a little dull, and I like to start with the hi-hat.
I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being popular.
Oh no, due to my processing, the open hi-hat became too loud. Let's go back to battery and fix that.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. 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 I care about.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular.
Yeah, as you hear, this is kind of a hybrid between something that sounds like synthwave and something that sounds like old school hip hop. And I try to embrace a little bit more of the synthwave side, because the synthwave side is only held up by the basic chord track. Without it, it would sound only like hip hop.
I don't care about being popular.
Which is also pretty cool. I should consider adding a part like that, but I want to have more elements that are like synthwave, and that's why I'm going to add a group track where I'll make my thing in gated reverb snare. Yeah. Alright. I have a special technique for that. It's a little bit more complex than just sending something to a reverb track and then put a sidechain gate back. I mean, it's part of it, but I have a little special ingredients. First of all, let me find a nice reverb sound. It does not have to be perfect, but I want something that already sounds pretty nice. I like this reverb plugin. I don't know if you know it. It's from Audio Thing. Now called Fork Convolver. It's like convolution reverb, and I think the convolution, the impulse responses are very nicely sorted, and you can add own banks and stuff. And here's everything about editing. It's very straightforward. Yeah, too loud, I know. So this reverbs too deep. That's because the pitch seems to be down. In this plugin there's a cool feature. You can link the this thing, and then when you change the impulse response, it won't load the other settings differently. So you can work on the settings and try different impulse response at the same time. Yeah, I obviously need some kind of stereo snare, or I take a mono snare and make it stereo later, I don't know. And maybe I should try that. No, I won't start editing a lot. The high pass filter has a very soft slope, so I can't use it very well. I think I just, I had dry turned up. Already better. So now let's get to my special ingredients. I know this reverb isn't perfect yet, but that's going to be fixed now. I like to use the EQ match function from Q2 to make the reverb sound more like the original snare. That's my ingredients thing. So it's not gated yet, I know. That's the next step. I don't see the sidechain input yet. There it is. So now I have some kind of curve that makes the reverb sound more like the original snare. Let's see how good it sounds when we enable auto gain. Yeah, obviously I have to work a little bit more with to make this curve better, but it already goes into the right direction. First of all, I'm going to make the reverb shorter now. Because that's more important. Thanks for the thumbs up. Now I'm going to delete some of these thingies, because it's actually quite nonsense to do something down here when it's just a snare. And I also don't need some of the top ones. Like, this is still okay, but what is with these? They don't look like I need them. And now I'm going to be a little bit experimental and turn this one down without changing its slope, so it still has kind of the way it goes, but in a reduced way. So the difference between the reverb and the snare becomes a little bit more audible, because we actually don't want the reverb to sound exactly like the snare, just a lot. And now I want to try what happens if I also mute these. Oh, these bands actually make it better. I wouldn't have expected that, but let's see. They are actually quite hard when we look at 6 dB. So they just looked very subtle because we were in 30 dB mode. Alright.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular.
Oh, I think the gated reverb's still a little bit too dominant. I think I have to readjust it while listening to the mix. Let's see.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular.
Nice, nice. Now we have a nice gated reverb, which fits a little bit to it, but I'm still not happy because, yeah, I mean, it's hard to combine synthwave elements with hip-hop elements. Maybe it was a bad idea in the beginning, but I kind of felt like it. So I'm going to stick with it for now. Maybe I'll delete it later. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a sidechain compressor to the bass, and doing it differently. I'm using the wrong compressor at the moment. This is the one I want to use. It's a trick that I tried in my last project, and it worked out really well. So I'm going to try it again. The cool thing about this is, when I enable the free thing, that then it only reacts to the high end of the kick, and this will bring up the bass line much faster. So why did I use Pro MB instead of the normal compressor? First of all, that's because now the top end of the bass line is still uncompressed, and therefore I only changed what is really important in sidechain compression, which is taking the bass frequencies away from each other. So I could actually just leave it here and don't change anything else. But I could also just go on and also compress this, also by only the high band, but maybe with a different setting. Maybe I try a setting that is more pumping. Or let me just become very experimental and turn the compressor up. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. What I like about it is that one slap kind of sound that is around here. So I'm going to compress only that region that way. Yeah, pretty cool. So let me just go on.
I don't care about being popular.
Yeah, now this note really shines in the mix. Really nice. Let's listen without. Yeah, it just completely drowns in the sound, but now it's clear. Really nice. I wouldn't have expected that this solution, because I knew that this was a problem before, but I kinda had no idea yet. I like these moments where I just accidentally find a solution to something. The gated reverb still annoys me. I'm going to make it quieter.
I don't care about being popular. I care about.
Yeah, now the gated reverb is at the edge of becoming inaudible, but I don't really care because, you know, this is kind of a hybrid between hip-hop and synthwave elements, and in a hip-hop beat the snare is just much tighter. And so I think even if we use a gated reverb, we also have to consider the feeling of the snare. The snare does not feel like it should be too muddy and reverby. Let's go on and take a little moment to think about this synthesizer that I added in this part here.
I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being popular.
Yeah, it's a nice little synthesizer that does not sound very aggressive. But it has the potential to change, because I made the patch before I started the stream, and I made it in a way that it has 4 different macro knobs that can be changed, which I'm going to do now. I won't copy the vocals, it's okay when they take a break, when this synth comes to life. Yeah, these 4. I have one of these macros. It slows down the rhythm of the mono synth, and it also makes it a little bit more shimmery. When I put it to 50%, it also has a different rhythm. Then I have this automation. It's kind of a distortion thing, and I made it to be sound well together with this. Yeah, I know it's kind of fuzzy, but I like it. This automation has a messed up timing because the delay is turned to 100% or nearly, and it's meant to if I need a background part with this melody, I think this would be the right choice. Let's see what happens if I take these away. Yeah, like space and stuff. Nice, with a phaser. Yeah, I think it might be a cool idea to just fade this in before the part starts. Let's see.
I don't care about being popular.
What the fuck? Yeah. Now this synthesizer has a really nice melodic touch. I wanna be honest with you. I'm kinda getting out of ideas now, so it would be kinda cool if you actually interacted with me in the chat and suggested something That's one of my ideas about the streams. Of course, I can use them to show you my techniques, but you know, these moments where you just kind of run out of ideas, and that's always a moment where I wish someone was near me and gave me some new ideas. Actually, I just had an idea, but you can still just tell me about yours. Um, I have this nice guitar plugin that I like to use on nearly everything. I know, if you know this plugin, then you know that it does not sound very real, like super guitar player real, and every guitar player will say, "What the fuck is this shit?" But if you kind of bury it in the mix with other elements that are on top of it, then it can be pretty cool. And what I especially like about it that is that I'm not a guitar player myself, and I can sit at home at 0 o'clock or almost 1 a.m., like in this case here in Germany, and still make some nice guitar licks. I just froze some tracks so my CPU won't die, because I don't know how far my CPU is, but it already starts sounding a little bit crizzle mizzle stuff in here. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, but I did not freeze this track yet, because I want to copy the notes down here. Because what this plugin can is taking notes and make them to chords. Let's see in loop mode. Oh, pretty loud, sorry. Going to turn it down first. Yeah, this is the lowest note that can be played. So I have to take all the other notes and pull them down. The reason for that is because these notes are meant to change the loop. I like this one. What the fuck? Why did it do that? Anyway. So yeah, it kinda interprets the chords, but I can of course just change that by adding another note. I might be able to make it a different chord. Yeah. So that's actually the same. And that way I can make it moll. I want it to be deeper. I don't know. Fuck, I changed the chord, the pattern. So yeah, let me change to the electric guitar, turn off all the effects so it sounds as normal as possible and as unspectacular as possible. And then I'm going to add these new free plugins that you've already seen probably in other groups. I like them. They are nice. You can change between the hard mode and the quite soft and clean one. Oh, this one does nothing. problem with most of these patterns is that they don't react to my swing setting yet. But we just gotta live with that. Now I'm going to import this loop here, right here, and change the mode to guitar mode, where I can adjust the kind of strumming myself. And now I can tackle the problem about the wrong quantization. Oh, I don't see the viewers anymore. Maybe the viewers left because they didn't like the guitar. You could have said something about it. Anyway, I'm not going to be stopped now. The viewers are shown to me again. It looked to me like they left. Wow, the sound is gone. What the fuck? Why is that the case? It's back. Yeah, I have a nice idea what to do about this guitar, because obviously it's kind of annoying that it just punches through constantly. Whoa, wrong plugin. I need to make a gate automation, because guitars like that only sound cool when they pop up at the best parts. So we gotta find the best parts and make everything go away. Like this part. Yeah. Nice. Now that I changed the amount of guitar stuff, I could turn the delay higher. I want it to be just as long as the breaks. Yeah, that's much cooler. Wow, flavor. as you can see, we made the pretty ugly sounding guitar to some kind of flavor instrument. Yeah, it sounds so much like a pseudo guitar, but now it sounds like this. It sounds like nothing. Yeah, but then the lounginess comes in. Maybe I should also add a Rhodes piano, then it would be perfect, I guess. So I see all my viewers seem to be gone. At least they are not shown to me anymore. Then I think I'm going to end this very soon. But not yet, because I still have this nice Rhodes e-piano thing. And therefore I'm going to write down the notes of the guitar. Wow, was war das? Sieben sus 4.
I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I care about. I care about. I don't care about being popular. I care about. I don't care about. I don't care about being popular. you.